Hello, guys. Welcome back to another video. This is the Football Connect, and yes, Premier League is back, and the first game did not disappoint. 5 goals in one single game. What a game! It was a North London derby. Oh, it wasn't. Not. It was a London derby, I think. Yeah, I think a London derby, and I think for all the criticism, for all the questions which were being asked about Postecoglou, about his team, Tottenham Hotspurs, I think this what we have to call this was delivery. They delivered on what they were being asked for. They came into the game and they destroyed. And one of the most important players who they were missing all this long came back, Yo Son back, and he did not disappoint. Shows again why he is, and he still is, Tottenham's most dangerous and lethal striker since Harry Kane left. And now you can see why so many Spurs fans talked about why they needed him, because with Timo Werner, it feels like they're playing with a man less, but when they put a Son there, somebody who can actually take advantages of the spaces which the likes of Kulusevski and Madison opens up so that he can run and do what he does best. I'm telling you, it is like you're watching one of the best games in the game. And also, that's what we were delivered with as well. We saw Muhammad Kudus getting a red card because of some stupidity, because I think that's what we call one of the craziest headlines in the Premier League, and we will talk about this in the video, in this reaction. I want to know your thoughts in the comment section. Where are you watching us from? Don't forget to click the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the Connect, the best way you support us. And let's get into today's game. So, of course, when we came into this game, Tottenham Hotspurs were being told that they needed to perform after the embarrassment over the Brighton game. People were looking at every single thing that was happening with this team, and they needed to see some delivering from this Spurs team. And today, I think they did live to exactly expectation. What a performance. And one of the players that so many people might not really talk about, but they need to put some respect on, it's Kulusevski. The way he was controlling that front line, moving from left to right. And one thing that we did not expect to see, but we are now starting to see from Dominic Solanke, he's not just going to be the guy who waits for the balls to come. He's dropping in when he has to get the ball, help start up build-ups, start up attacks, and helping the team as much as he can. He is one of the most important, the first line of defense, because Tottenham Hotspur plays a high line and they always need a first line of defense. And I think today we saw it today from him. He really showed up some of the best performance in today's game. But one thing we can all not overlook is how good Son was, how good Kulusevski was. But in terms of Son scoring a goal, of course, that other goal was given as an own goal, but he scored the first. He was one of the most important players in the first goal, second goal, or was it the second or the third goal which was scored for Spurs? Because remember, we have to remember that Bissouma scored a goal. After Bissouma scoring, by the way, what a play by Udogie, passing the ball back to Bissouma and allowing them that space to be used, and they watch a goal from outside by Bissouma. Then we saw Son. It was a Son show until to the end of the game. We also need to talk about the goal which was scored to bring the team level, and they needed this. One thing that is really important, Tottenham Hotspurs, if this game had gone to the halftime with Tottenham Hotspurs behind Westham, I don't think this amazing comeback we saw today was going to actually happen. It needed those players to work so hard to get the game back. And of course, you saw how they were playing. One thing that I can tell you, and we are seeing it from West Ham, they are still lacking something. They need something special. And if they don't find that, they're going to be in trouble. What am I talking about? There is that lack of balance in this team, and there's still so much that maybe they can do, but we haven't seen it. But all of this was there, and Kulusevski started with the goal. Kudus scored. Kulusevski scored the equalizer. Then we saw from then, that's when Bentancur scored. That's when Bissouma scored. After Bissouma scoring, Son with a Areola on goal, which he played a bigger role to it, and Son scored the third goal. He should have scored another goal, but it hit the post, so So my man of the match of today's game, it has to be him, Son, coming back from that hamstring injury and becoming a so much important and an influential player. But also don't be surprised if the man of the match is given to Kulusevski, because I felt like he was the engine room. And I think at some point the manager saw it and he decided to take out Madison to put Kulusevski, to put Saha in the second half, because he was now expecting Saha and Besuma becoming the deep line players to work in defensive, then allow Kulusevski the free role on that number 10 role he was playing to do whatever he wanted to do, and he was really there. On the left side, we saw him, and he's actually being awarded the man of the match. Kulusevski, he was on the left. On the right, we saw him as well as going forward, coming back in defense. He was literally everywhere, and that's exactly what Tottenham Hotspurs wanted, and that helped them to actually get the grip in this game. Because as much as we can say West Ham beat Ipswich by 4 goals to 0, they have not been playing so well. They've not really actually showed what they can do. They were destroyed by so many teams, and we know it's a matter of time. And now, of the two managers after today's game, you actually start asking the question: do you think the manager of West Ham is the guy who deserved the sacking than actually the guy you're calling out for Tottenham Hotspurs, who is Big Angie? Because so many people were saying that he's under pressure, he will lose his job, he's not performing well, and a lot of things are on him. But when you look at how everything is going and how the game is being played, you can actually say that the West Ham manager might actually lose his job first before Big Ange, because somehow he wanted these players, he was given the players, he doesn't all use the players, he has another attacking threat, he's not using it so well, something is lacking. He had to rely on the players which were there before. His signings, I think they came out later on, and I think that's the defender as well. Those are the only signings. Todibo was the defender, was in there. Something has to be worked on with this West Ham team. They are not good. They are not offering something that people can actually smile about. That's where my problem is. But one thing you can tell, Spurs needed this. Whatever you're going to say, whatever you're going to think, after the first goal, I think we started feeling it in the atmosphere. So many Spurs fans were afraid of how the game was looking like, of how the game was going on. They needed this. And the first goal, which was scored by Kulusevski, was really, really pivotal to help this team come back. And by the way, what a pass to score that goal by Madison. And we saw as well the Odoji effect, knowing when to stand, given the ball by Son, turning and setting it for Besuma. What a goal. By the way, he struggled as well in defensively, but he did come to life. He did come back in the game, and we saw him trying to do as much as he can going forward. So what does this mean for Tottenham Hotspurs? They go to the next game, and if they continue with the start, if they continue with the performance that they put out today, they could be dangerous, because now when you look at the table, they've moved to position 6. So out of nowhere, people were talking about if West Ham win, they will be on top of Spurs. Now it looks way, way much different, because they have moved up. That's how funny the Premier League is at the moment. And West Ham, they are now 14th, which means they have helped United to move on top of them now, because United have conceded less than West Ham. So there's a lot of things to talk about. I'm going to hear your thoughts in the comment section, as I will be putting this entire thing up front, so that I can see what your thoughts are, what you guys think of how the games were played. As you can see, Kulusevski, Besuma, Ariola with the old goal and so on. All those were the goals were scored. The Kudus red card as well is here. That was a crazy one. Why are you bidding? I'll talk about the red card of Kudus later on, because this was stupid. I don't want to lie to you. This was crazy, people. If you watch this was crazy. But Son, it was important. I've never seen it. I think Kudus can only be the only guy who gets a goal, loses, and everything. And we also need to talk about Brennan Johnson. He hasn't scored today. It means his run of scoring each and every game has come to an end officially today. The last goal he scored was actually for Wales in the international break. It comes to an end. But look at it, position-wise, 57.6 to Spurs to 42.4 to West Ham. 7 shots on target for Spurs to 4. 22 shots overall to 11. 677 touches to 562, as well as 474 passes to 355, as well as tackles 29 on the other side for West Ham to 26, clearance 26 for West Ham to this one, corners 13, but nothing came out of them. 5 corners for West Ham as well, 2 offsides for Tottenham Hotspurs, 1 for West Ham, yellow cards, and of course a red card for Kudus. Foul considered, there were 15 for West Ham to 10 of Spurs. That's how the game was like, and this helped these two teams to move on, because now as things stand, knowing that they've won this game, they can continue to go forward. Did not see from West Ham. They need to do better in what they're doing in their creation. Is it Lucille or something? How are you? How are you, sir? We need to see something from this West Ham team, because they are not a bad team. Let me put it out on the screen as well. Look at these players: Pequeta, Kudus, Bowen, Rodriguez, as well as this check who came in a bit later, who was taken out, by the way. Antonio. We have Emerson, of course, Mamba Saka, Todibo still getting involved, still getting there, but not yet there, as well as Maxwell Kelman. This is a good team, but yet what they're doing, is it what the manager's telling them, or what they're actually doing, not actually showing what they're supposed to be doing in the game? Because what they're giving us as West Ham, it is a problem. They need to improve on that, because if they continue doing like this, either if they don't sack the manager now, or they'll be in trouble, because it seems like the manager cannot understand what he's putting out there. He still doesn't understand his team. There are already so many games which has been played. This is match week 8, and they have lost so many games than they should have. In fact, under the old regime, the old manager who left them, they would not have lost so many games like they have had. They beat Tottenham Hotspurs last season there, and now they come back. Not so many players have left them. In fact, I think no players left them. Yet they've come in and draw. So those are the small things that we need to really highlight into this West Ham team. That as much as the West Ham fans thought that their manager was not really good, and they thought that this guy was gonna be the best, he's not looking like a manager who actually understands what he's doing. But on the Tottenham Hotspur side, Son came in from the injury, scored a goal, important, was very pivotal in terms of his runnings, how he was helping the team. Brennan Johnson, his goal scoring run came to an end. He should have scored so many chances, 2 or 3 which should have actually been converted. Timo Werner came in for Son, but could not finish a chance that he got. He kept losing the ball. He kicked the ball outside, so that affects confidence wise to him. It will affect him so much. I hope he improve onto that, so that we get to see the best of him. As well as what else? Madison was not happy of going outside, but you can see why the manager made the decision, because after Sarr came in, they were very, very good defensively, and they were able to hurt the other team going forward. And that's all that you can ask for. Kudus red card. This guy decides to kick a player out down on the floor. Then on top of that, when the player is retaliating, why are you kicking me? Guess what this dummy does? He throws his hands in the face of a player, straight red card, no questions asked. Well deserved. That was stupid. You scored a goal. You are the biggest threat for West Ham. You're gonna be out for 3 games. Why? Because you are in the peak of the moment. You lost your head. You have to calm down in certain situations. You are in a team that is not doing well. They need you. You are one of the stars. This should be better. This should be better. There are so many teams who are going to be looking at you, want to sign you, and sometimes how you behave on the pitch can influence the decisions which are made by other teams. And I think this was the worst that he could have done. But I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Tottenham Hotspurs, they're even talking about the Kudus record as I'm speaking right now. But I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Tottenham Hotspurs, in terms of table, they move top. 4 goals, very, very important for them. That helps them to build something special. That helps them to go forward. But they are now number 6. 1 point behind, but 1 point behind Aston Villa, but Aston Villa has a game in hand, as well as Chelsea. They're on top of Brighton and Newcastle, Fulham, Nottingham Forest, Brentford, as well as Bournemouth and United. Oh, United are still in the single digits. But that's how victories helps. That's how, when you get the job done, when everyone's eyes are on them, if you win, things can just change. You are back into the positions you expect. Can you go further? Can you build from this? Can you do something special? Those are all the questions that all these rival fans and Tottenham Spurs will be asking. But on the other hand, what a game. What a game, and a well-deserved victory for Tottenham Spurs. Thank you very much for watching. I've been your host, Sam. We'll see you on another reaction. Go Rush is coming next, and we cannot wait to see United versus Brentford. It's going to be the feature match that I give most of my focus. Then we'll see what happens with the other games. But don't forget to click that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Match week 8 is on, and I'm excited. I hope you are. Like the vid, subscribe, and go check out the Football Connect LFC. Also, go check us out on the Football Connect on Facebook, as well as if you are watching us on Facebook, check us on the Football Connect YouTube page. Always important. That helps us to build, a better community, a good community where we can go for. So thank you very much for watching. I'll see you on another one. Peace. Subscribe to the Connect.
Beats the goalkeeper. He's just lost for words. He is just brilliant. Georgie Best, Diego Maradona, Johan Cruyff.